Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020 Career Mode Episode 86. It's the 2nd of February, so we're just getting started on this next season. Of course, last time we did a pretty lengthy intro to this season, so I'm not going to spend much time. We want to get to racing as soon as possible. But a little recap that we hadn't covered last episode. The winner of the Cyanide Trophy, as in the rider of the season, Geraint Thomas was the winner, but it was our very own Umberto Zeta, not ours anymore, but we developed him, who took second last season ahead of Richard Carapaz. A quick check-in, at least on where he is at, making $99,000 a month. Holy cow, he is expiring this year, but at an 80, there's no chance we're going to get him back. He's going to be making even more than he already is. Still just 23 years of age, an 82 flat, a 79 cobble rating, 84 stamina. The guy is an absolute star. What a beast. So sad that we don't have him on our team right now. I mean, imagine what we could have done with him last season. It is what it is. He's obviously still with Sunweb, and I would imagine they will do everything in their power to retain him, as he spent the first 3 years of his career with us. We are going to have some limited R&D with Cannondale this season. Amstel Gold, we have made it, so we are in for the Amstel Gold. Catalunya, we made it there as well, so that's surprising. David Killen broke his shin bones, going to be out for a while. That happened in the middle of the Argentina race. Tour de Romandie, wow, we've made it there as well. Not to the Itzulia Basque Country, but 3 out of those 4 races we made it in. Very surprising, considering we are literally the last team in Continental Pro in terms of ranking. Quick simmed all 7 stages of the Vuelta San Juan International, but in his very first race for the team, Pavel Rodriguez already managed a podium against some top World Tour riders. There's a pretty good group here across the top 12. Marc Soler, the winner. Miguel Angel Lopez taking second. Rodriguez on that podium. You've got Champosin there in 7th. Ben Tullet in 8th. And Gianpaolo Tentoni in 12th. We'll go ahead and check in on him now. He is still a 78, but he's up to an international reputation now, the stage racer. Still an 81 mountain. 75 resistance, that has definitely come up. So his mountain rating hasn't changed. His time trialing looks like it hasn't changed, but he has leveled up at least once. Still a 78, but he's added 2 or 3 points in resistance from where we had him last. Acceleration's a little better. His hills rating, I think, is a little better, so it looks like he might have leveled up as a puncher this time. I would think, from what I've seen here. He is also going to be out of a contract this season, but at 52,000 and probably rising, I don't think he's going to be in reach. 78 is much, much too much for us still at this point. Maybe eventually we can re-sign Tentoni or Zeta. But right now, that's clearly not going to be the case this season. Plenty of decent choices for close monitoring this year, but we're going to take a look at Janko Rajkovic here, who is a sprinter. 69 is not fantastic, but at just 18 and with high potential, we'll take a closer look at them. And then for our second choice, we have Elshin Zainalov, who is a climber, 67, 68 mountains, 69 acceleration. Looks like a little more punchy than anything. Resistance of 71, but that is what I like in a rider. So we'll go ahead and take them for our second choice, both with that 5.8 potential. First sponsor objective of the year is the Saudi Tour, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. We need a top 3 according to the sponsor, which means even just for a partial failure, we're going to have to be top 5. And the only way to get a super success is to win the overall. It's a 5-stage race.
So this is the last third of the race. Anyone who is gunning for victory has got to make a move fairly soon.
There are 4 sprint stages and 1 punchy stage. But the 1 punchy stage is almost certainly going to come down to a sprint. So we're looking at most likely 5 bunch sprints. That 1 punchy stage, there are going to be some riders losing time, but I would think the majority of the contenders will continue on. So what I've done and what I've decided is going to be necessary for this race in order to get a result is my sprinters, Wykankis, German, Alves Machado, and Montoglu, they're going to have to take turns. And this is a little closer than I wanted this to be. Montoglu,
The pack is slowly whittling away the lead.
They're going to have to take turns going into the break and collecting time. That's the only way it's going to happen, because I'm not going to be able to get them in the break day after day. But Montoglu just picked up 3 seconds. Now the reason for this is we're just not quite strong enough in the sprint to count on getting podium places. But I have enough sprinters here with 4 guys that they could and should, most of them anyway, survive the punchy stage and therefore still be up there on time, and then hopefully gain enough time once or twice, get a podium on a stage, and through all of that hopefully at least grab a top 5. This is definitely one of our trickier sponsor objectives of the year. So far so good though, with 3 seconds to the good. Virtual race lead currently for Montoglu. If we can get him 3 more seconds, that'll be 6 if they hang on long enough for that. It's still a minute 49 back to the Peloton. And then somewhere right around that time, how far out from the finish is that? 159, 174, 15K out from the finish. If they can hang on that long, we could pick them up in the train, bring them at the back end, focus on the sprint for the other guys. For this stage, essentially race Alves Machado to the line with a Montoglu right on his butt and hope that he can at least hang on for time and maybe, just maybe, one of the 2 of them get into that top 3. That's the goal. 13K to go to that point. Peloton has not been racing hard at all. They're still in cruise mode. So this is good. They're not eager to bring us back just yet. Minute 15 now. Minute 3, but just 8K to go.
With less than 20 kilometers to the line, the breakaway still holds more than a minute's lead. Things are far from over.
Okay, it's inside a minute, and immediately somebody's deciding to attack. Jerry screwing things up for us. Come on, it's only 5K. 5K to go. There goes the cooperation. It's gone.
There are a couple of riders who want to go it alone.
4K to go. So far, nobody's able to split off the rest of the group. They're a bit too slow, a bit too weak, but Montoglu's kind of the only one now who is properly getting through this. There's the sprint point right there. It is up a little hill, so we don't want to go too early on this.
The pack is putting the squeeze on the breakaway. The pack is increasing its work rate.
All right, 1K to go. Montoglu. There's the real attack.
15 kilometers remaining.
And he's got it. 6 seconds to the good. Now we can just sit up, sit on, and go back to the group. Except for we pulled away a bit, didn't we? 12K to go. All right, this is everybody else. I need to line them up, get them ready for the sprint. And we'll pick up a Montoglu when the time comes. Okay, who's got the flat rating? Neither of them. They both have similar acceleration. Millar's got better resistance, and a better race day condition. So Zach Johnson. I don't want to go too hard too fast because Amanatoglu's still out there. So we just want to be in a good position here. Okay, Amanatoglu back into the break. 10K to go. 45 seconds. It's coming back pretty quick. That group's not working anymore. It's a little uphill towards the finish. Okay, it's 40 seconds. Amanatoglu, 0 chance. So we're just going to bring him back in line. .8. Okay, I'm going to get Millar ready. Amanatoglu getting dropped. That's okay.
Doesn't look too serious.
Crash could be good. It could split the field, but it doesn't. Just 3 riders are dropped. Wow. Hello. Inside 5K already. Okay, this is a really good time to accelerate now and go flat out. Down the hill. .7. It's a little uphill. Okay, Millar's a 72.72. I'm going to sprint right now. Okay, Amanatoglu. Try to just get on the back. Forgot to use your gel. You weren't in contact with everybody else.
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Okay, for Mark. Mark actually going clear a little bit, doing some damage to his teammates, but we're inside the final K and actually at a really strong position to maybe grab a few seconds here. Looks like Jakobsen's going to be too fast, too much to handle. But can Vermark or Wykinkis somebody? No, not quite. Jakobsen takes the win. Courtney Olsen 3rd. Eekhoff is 5th. Philipsen. There's Vermark in 7th. Wykinkis 8th. Germán 9th. And Alves Machado rounding out the top 10. We got 4 guys inside the top 10. But pretty much as expected. We're still not quite there yet to be beating the best sprinters to the line. Jakobsen way too fast there. Courtney Olsen punchiness plus acceleration was good enough for him that he was able to get a result. That might have been more of a for Mark late instead of early type race to the line on that one. But there you go, Amanatoglu sitting tied for 2nd with a little bonus time, and that's what we need. So while they've only been able to pull out a 30-second gap, Amanatoglu is in the break and has a real shot at being in the break. The field didn't seem to respond to him trying to go, so I don't think they necessarily think of him as a threat for the GC. If that's the case, if we can get him in the break, there's 12 seconds, or at least 9. Those last 3 are pretty late on. But if we can get... See, he's losing cooperation. They're sitting up a bit. Hopefully that is not because the field decided that Amanatoglu is a threat. If they do, I'm going to try to send Alves Machado because there are 9 to 12 seconds out there. And no, they're pulling him back. They are pulling him back. Okay, I think that is going to be the Amanatoglu effect. So that means we switch him to sitting in the break. And I'm going to try to send Alves Machado now. Sometimes you get these stages where all you need is a little time, and then suddenly the field is interested in bringing you back. So Johnson's up to the front. Let's go ahead and have him sit up. Protect Amanatoglu. And Vermark, protect Waikakis. Everybody else is all set back here. Set them to a 75. And Alves Machado, how we looking? He's out front right now. Okay, we'll set him to a 76. He's 30 seconds ahead right now. Vanderhoorn's still trying to get into the break. It's only 13 seconds. The field came back at us pretty hard, but you can see how they don't seem to be interested in chasing Alves Machado, but also not working. Why not? Why are you not working? Do I need to ditch these two and ride solo?
There's a few riders jockeying for position at the front.
Gonna try here. There you go.
There's an attack in the
Let's
group
go
at the
further
front.
out and ride our own pace for a little bit. Going to 82. That opened it up from 13 seconds to 43 real quick. Other riders trying to get away. And that is being chased down. But now I'm getting some cooperation. So we're a little further out, 45 seconds. And now these guys actually want to contribute. Looks like we might have a chance here. So for me, Alves Machado and Amanatoglu are the two strongest sprinters. So it's in one of those two that I think our top three has its potential. And if they can only gain time once or twice, they can only gain time once or twice. But at least they could pick up time that way. And then we just put everything into getting them through that one punchy stage. And then trying to get a podium somewhere somehow. So that they can then get the time, the gap they need. 220, that's going to be enough. But we can see there's a pretty hard effort in the pack to chase down at least one rider there. And we can see this group now really sitting up as we get joined by Tanfield. Still trying to open the gap a little bit. Field hasn't quite sat up, but at 210 it looks like they're going to let this go. But we're trying to open it up a little bit. There we go. Now we're starting to sit up. At 230. Recovery will be
the pack has taken its foot off the gas.
Coming
the team
quite
can't
soon
be too
here.
Worried about the breakaway.
And there we go. So we got Alves Machado at least. And again, it's these two. Each day I want to try to get into the break, if possible, to gain a little more time. And then that means the other one becomes the focus for the day. Amanatoglu on a -1 again today. I don't know what's up with that. I have no riders that should have any negatives on their race day condition, but we're already 6K away from the first sprint point. I like that we get 4 of them today. And here we go, 3K to go. Let's slow it down. We want to make sure we get after this. We want to get maximum time. There's the 1K marker, so we're already getting close. And we're coming over the top. And let's sprint it out. Final K. Really want to make sure that we're going to get maximum time here, and we've got it. Okay, we can sit up, grab water. 123K to go on the stage. Okay, back into relay. Slow it down a little. Okay, who's going to be our water guy today? Johnson. He'll take care of that. And then we can go ride with Alves Machado, who is already coming up on the second sprint point and a chance to gain seconds yet again. Okay, 5K to go. Little downhill. Is this before or after the uphill? Okay, it is coming up on, there it is, we can see it ahead, and there's a definite hill before it. We don't want to go too early on this one. .5K to go for Alves Machado. Cooperation has suddenly gone out of the group as we approach the sprint point. Okay, it's back in. Back out. Technical run in here, but here's the uphill. And already the attack. The attack coming very early on this one. Alves Machado cannot keep up with the attack. Can he get some seconds over the top, though? Okay, he's going to get one. He's going to get one. Vanderhoorn Tanfield surprisingly going for it. There's no KOM, so there's nothing else to compete for. And that uphill section, Alves Machado has no shot on that. He's a 62.60. He could beat these guys in a sprint. That's why he was able to come back to claim third after we went over the top of the climbing portion, but the climb right before that. The next one, we're going to have the same problem on the next one. He's gained 4 seconds so far. 6 more available. Chance to go equal on GC on the lead. But Jakobsen's going to be... One of the only good things for me is there's multiple sprinters that are capable in this race. That's good for me if they divide the time bonuses amongst each other. If we get a breakaway that wins, that's going to be really good because one of my guys should be in the break every stage except for the punchy stage. And then hopefully that's not the one that goes out and wins this thing.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
5K to go. Alves Machado fully recovered. 3.5K to go. Uphill section, he's already on the front. This is bad timing on that. Okay, we're going to have to go effort up. We don't want to drop all the way back to last place. 1.5. Okay, we're out front now. This time they're less interested. We go first. And that's going to be enough. Got it. Okay. 7 seconds gained.
Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Don't care about the overall points. This is all about GC and getting either Alves Machado or Amanatoglu in position to claim a top 3 overall. And you'll see why with the punchy stage, why I think it's going to come down to a sprinter and not a puncher or anything like that. 66K to go. We've got a while till the next one. Let's go ahead and switch over to time lapse. Under 5K to the sprint point. The lead has been over a minute, but it's just now coming down. Let's take a moment to make sure these guys are all set. Stage, 18K to go. 17.5 actually at the front. 2K to go to this sprint point. Alves Machado still in an optimum position to go get it, except that he's at the back of the group here. We need to come forward and attack. Come on. Go get it. 3 seconds, buddy. Go get 3 seconds.
15 kilometers
got
remaining.
it. And he's still got a decent amount of energy left. I'm going to go ahead and sit on now in the group. 14K to go. 47-second gap. And we're going to have to set up these guys. 13.7. Let's let it go just a little further. Well, it's this little uphill. It's kind of where I want to get ourselves into position. So we have Amanatoglu following German. Kinkis for Mark. Millar on a +2 today. And Johnson already up front. That's good. And he was supposed to be protecting somebody, but he looked to be riding alone there for a little bit. Okay, we'll get Alves Machado in the back of the line when that comes, and that's coming soon. They're down to 27 seconds.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The Peloton has significantly increased its speed.
Inside 10K, that was the last climb. It's a little bit downhill towards the finish. No wind. Wide road. So you got to expect that the top sprinters will probably go 1, 2, 3 on this one. 8K to go.
That's the end of the breakaway. The pack
CCC
no
setting
chance.
a very heavy pace. Alves Machado should be able to hang on to the back, but at this kind of speed, it's going to do some damage to the field. Okay, Johnson brings it out front with 6K to go. Gel up. Okay, 6K to go is 99 time.
Are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
Johnson done. Millar, 4.8. CCC suddenly down to one man. Looks like maybe they were trying to do a break. Millar brings it out front. We're going to have good position here. Inside 3K. And we've got full team. So, sprint. Now sprint.
And the final
now
sprint is
sprint.
Who's going to be the first to the line today?
Okay, into my fastest guys. Sprint. And sprint. Can we get a top 3? We've got a really good position other than Jakobsen, who looks like he's going to win. But can we get a second? Can we get a third? Can I get 6 and 4 seconds? Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alves Machado had enough energy left in the tank. He grabbed, 10 seconds today? And then he just went and got another 6. So 16 seconds gained for Alves Machado on the stage today. And Amanatoglu goes and grabs 4 seconds himself. That was a phenomenal ride by Alves Machado. Now, Jakobsen was just much too fast. There's no way we're winning that stage. No way we're winning that stage. He is just much too fast. But that was a fantastic sprint to grab 2 guys on the podium and gain some seconds. Remember, this is about top 3. I don't think we're going to be in contention for the win. It looks like Jakobsen is probably in good form. He's picked up 20 seconds already. Alves Machado will be second overall, 4 seconds down with the 16 that he gained today. And Amanatoglu himself actually all the way up in 3rd place right now. That is awesome. That is really awesome that we're in such a strong position right now. And the other best sprinters, Philipsen, Eekhoff, Cockard, completely out of contention right now, have not gained any time through the first 2 stages. That's good for us. This is actually really good for me. My hope at this point, Jakobsen wins every stage. He'll win the overall. But that frees up, that cuts out the time bonuses that the others are going to get. And if I can go out and do what I'm doing, even if I can't get those 2 into any more breakaways, I can go out with, say, Germain and grab some time. I just take that time away from others, because you could see that right now the main competitors, Vanderhorn, Tanfield, these are the guys that were in the break. The riders that are gaining time, for the most part, have been riders in the break. This stage was a perfect example because Alves Machado grabbed almost all the bonuses. Amanatoglu grabbed one of the bonuses. And then Jakobsen, of course. So this could be really good. I mean, he's an 83-81 sprinter with good resistance and a really good flat rating. I don't have anything like that. Jakobsen, we're not going to beat him. But if the others are off and not on form, and it looks like that might be the case, could we actually succeed on this goal? Get a podium? Right now it's looking pretty dang good. We've got a lot of seasons still ahead of us, but we've definitely had a good start to the season. Now, after getting 100% evaluation last season with only one quality rider, and this season adding Rodriguez and the continued growth of the team, you'd expect we're going to get a high evaluation. But it's early days, and you never know what's going to happen. You never know what injuries could derail the team, like, say, losing Kevin Vermark for a long period of time and Pavel Rodriguez. If both of those were injured for many months, we could be in a lot of trouble. So it's not a guarantee in any way, shape, or form that we're going to have 100% evaluation or even a successful season. So still got to take every sponsor objective seriously and prepare and work towards that goal, towards that end. So far, so good. We've already won the National Road Championships of Australia. We already took top 3 at Vuelta San Juan, and that was through quick sims on paper, and I got a plus for that. So good job, Pavel Rodriguez, really showing his worth immediately, even though I haven't even raced with him yet. We've got 2 riders into the top 3 here at the Saudi Tour through the first 2 stages, setting ourselves up for what is potentially going to be a successful race. But for that, we're going to have to wait. I know I'm a little short on the episode today, but the next stage is going to take a bit longer. And also, I'm a little short on time myself. It's been a busy week. We launched a brand new series. If you have not checked that out, please do. One of those episodes was posted today. And I'm actually tied to always now on Sundays. You'll get double PCM content with my new series, which is the Women's Tour, using the Women's Tour mod and the Women's Masks mods, and some additional content sent to me from the mod creator, Piss Optimist. I've also, for the first time, used the editor and used some other tools to create my own jersey, which was really exciting to do, but also took a lot of time. So I'm a little behind on my recording schedule as of right now. And actually, I've had the same phone for a long time, and I'm going out to pick up my pre-ordered iPhone 12 today, iPhone 12 Pro Max. So, new phone coming. Excited for that. It's not that I need to go play with it or anything, but I do have to have some time to go pick that up and make the switch, get it activated, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up here, but I'm looking forward to this journey for this season. I think it's going to be another quick season ultimately, as we should, theoretically, have a good, successful, easy run through Pro Continental, pretty dominating like we did previously. Unlike last season, though, I did put in for every race, including the 3 Grand Tours. So we'll see if we get into any of those, and that adds to the content that we have for this season. But otherwise, it's going to be all about kind of flying through, doing what we need to do, and seeing what kind of signings we can get for next season. Less money to play around with, only 1 or 2 riders to sign. So we're going to try to aim high. We'll see if we get something that we want, and see if we can't get some growth out of Rodriguez and for Mark, so that they're ranked a little higher, and then get that 3rd rider, whether it's in-house or out-of-house, that will boost our profile enough to see World Tour racing all next season. That does it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.